All right, Alex, so you just had your final training session here in England. Next up, France, where it all goes down. And I know you're experienced, at the highest level. So what are the emotions like? Is it, still nerves or excitement, just itching to finally get out there?
I think every day, especially at this training facility, has presented itself with its different challenges and just situations. But I think in general, I've just become a little bit more emotional, kind of highs and lows. Even watching a TV show, I'm crying, and then I'm laughing so much with my teammates, and it, so it's really been fun being here.
Has it hit you yet though that this is World Cup next?
Yeah, I think it has. But once the games start, I think that's when it gets more real. And so we're just kind of coasting right now and just continuing to get together a little bit more and connect with each other on another level. And it's been really great being here in England.
Do you still get nervous?
Of course. I mean, yeah, I still have nerves, and I still have fear, and I still have all of these things going through my head. But at the same time, I am lucky enough to have been through this a couple of times. So I hope that I could share some insights from to other players where this is their actual first time.
Well, like you guys touched on just inside, that the World Cups are spread apart 4 years. So
yeah.
Every year, you have new girls coming in. Some of the other ones just decide to hang up their boots, so to speak. So what's different about this current crop of players, do you think?
Well, I feel like we were actually looking at kind of the roster and noticing that the average age actually hasn't really gone down, but we feel this youthful energy within the team. And I think everyone's had a really difficult journey and a different one over the last 4 years, from last World Cup to this World Cup, whether that's their first World Cup or their fourth. It's been really challenging in our own way, in our own journey. And so I think with that, now having the 23 here and knowing that this is a 23 for this next month, I think it's just brought players really close together and feeling we have this camaraderie more than ever before.
Do you think that's the edge that you would describe from this team? Not that the U.S. women's team usually needs the edge, because of course on paper everyone will view you guys as favorites, but where do you think your strength lies?
I don't know. I think we play our roles really well within the team. I think we're all really supportive of each other. We obviously have that mentality where it doesn't matter what the score of the game is at and what minute it's at. We believe that we're going to win at the end of the day, and that's an important trait that has been instilled in us in the history of this program. So I think there's a lot of things that give us just a little edge.
Well, you've played in France. That probably gives you a little bit of an edge, with
yeah.
Lyon. Enjoy some good times there. So you've seen also the game grow there too. So what kind of environment are you expecting in France?
Oh my goodness, I'm expecting a great one. I know that a lot of the games are already sold out, and the French people are definitely going to come out to support the team there, the local team there, obviously. And France itself, the women's team, has really grown over the last few years, so they're having high expectations for their own team. But I'm just really excited to, get to France already, and then hopefully, or looking forward to getting to Lyon eventually.
Well, we spoke about that France, and the game has grown there, and you just said that the fans are going to come out and support the team on home turf, so that definitely does give them a slight advantage, if you will. I think Megan had said that she thinks France is the team to beat in this World Cup for you guys. Is that how you view it?
Yeah, I think they're one of the top 2 or 3 teams that we would definitely not want to face to the later stages, but who knows how it's gonna end up, based in quarters, semi, and in the final. England's also another team that has continued to just grow and in such an accelerated pace over the last couple of years. So I think those 2 teams will definitely have a good run.
And we heard you speak about your bridesmaid planning skills.
Yeah.
We know that you said you kind of have a little type A personality there, sometimes, and that does bring a lot of expectations. So do you put any expectations on yourself ahead of this World Cup? Because you have over 100, goals. So do you set that bar high for you, or do you just kind of take it day by day?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to set goals, to feel like there's something to accomplish, and to feel like there's something realistic and just in reach, but enough where it's gonna push yourself out of your comfort zone. So I have those goals in mind, and I'll keep those to myself for now.
Right. And then what about goals now for the team? Do you feel like, given the fact that you ladies have just pioneered, the game for women and just women in sports, do you think that anything but bringing back the title again home would deem the tournament unsuccessful?
Given the history of this team and the fact that I believe at our best we are the best in the world, we're expecting to go in there and and win this tournament. So we want to be on the top of the podium, and I think anything less than that will definitely be disappointing to us each.